Grand Rising. Friday morn. We're going to talk about manifesting abundance, money. That's why I'm wearing green today. So if you're interested in that, continue to watch. I'm going to be reading from two books today. One is Manifesting Miracles. The other one is the Abundance book. I haven't read from the Abundance book in a while. It's a very small book. It's a very, very little book. But there's a lot of gems in here. My sister bought this book for me a long time ago. And I opened it the first time. She wrote me a note. And the first time that I opened this book, I threw it across the room. You know, when you don't understand something, like you don't make time for it. And at that time, I didn't make time for it because I was just like, I don't know what this is. My sister's always been very, very advanced reader. And I like to simplify things, which is why when I teach, I always give analogies of like the simplest form of something. So this morning I came across a video of Tony Robbins. And he was talking about what he used to do. He used to do incantations, different from affirmations. You know, affirmations we just repeat, I am wealthy, I am abundant, I am wealthy, I am abundant. With incantations, it's more of a demand to the universe. So he would do these incantations before he would go for a job, before he would go and try and recruit people for another speaker that he used to work for before he became Tony Robbins. And he said he still does these incantations before he goes out on stage to speak. And he commands from the universe, source, or God that his subconscious mind give him all the things that he needs. I command my subconscious mind. So it's feeling it with everything in your being. Well, we could do repetitive affirmations, right? Which is saying the same thing over and over and over again with no feeling, no nothing. That's helping to impress the subconscious mind of an idea, to accept it. When we do an incantation, when we make commands from the universe and we feel it with our entire being, and we stay in that feeling of power or empowerment, we help to manifest and bring those things to us much, much, much faster. Has anyone done incantations before? I have. I just didn't know that they were called incantations. Demanding from the universe. I have everything that I could ever need. I am always provided for. I command these ideas to be impressed upon my subconscious mind, that I am able to help thousands and thousands of people, that I have more money than I can ever need, whatever your incantation is. I had the most successful business on planet Earth. I was listening to Dolores Cannon too, and she was saying, there is nothing that you can't have. And I think the only limitation that we have in this lifetime is our own mind. Our own programming is the only thing that can keep us away from having exactly what we want. So if you're one of those people like, oh, I would really love to do this, but I just don't have the money. Oh my God, that's such a great idea, but the economy is really bad. You are the only thing in your way stopping you from a direct line to getting exactly what it is that you want in your life. If you struggle with the abundance piece, all it is because of your own thoughts. When something happened to me recently, I was like, oh, what's going to happen now? Like, there was just some time that I felt maybe I was unsupported, right? By the creator or higher being. Because I was uncertain. I didn't know what to do. And I lost my faith for a second. And things started to shift because of that loss of faith in that. And then I'm like, hello, I'm doing this. I'm creating this. There is no lack. Everything happens for my greatest good. And if you stand in that and you truly believe everything's happening for my greatest good, even something bad that's happening, if you understand that everything is happening for my greatest good, you're going to see exactly why that not so favorable thing happened to you. because it was happening for you to be able to get to the next level. Say you want to start a business and you just put a down payment on a property so that you can open this business. And you're so excited about it, and all of a sudden the deal goes through. The deal falls apart. You're like, see, I knew this wasn't a good idea. This is a sign that it's just not meant to be. Where other people that understand the laws of the universe understand everything happens to me for my greatest good. So while the pessimistic person says, see, I knew that I wasn't supposed to do this. This is a sign that this is not the right business for me. The optimistic person says, wow, this is a sign that something so much better is in store for me. There's going to be a building that is even more perfect for my business. Do we see the difference in the person that does not have control of their subconscious mind? It doesn't believe that the universe or God has their back. This person believes, damn, everything works out perfectly for me. And so I was being the pessimistic person when I was thinking everything's falling apart. Why is this happening? I went to that victim mentality. Then I had to remind myself, my words are my wand. I'm always provided for. Everything is working out for my greatest and highest good. Whatever reason this is happening that I can't see it right now, I know for a fact it's only going to get fucking better. And I was right. Because why? That's what I believed. If I believed, oh my God, this is the end of this, like what's going to happen now? Everything's going to fall apart. I'm never going to be able to pick myself back up from this. That would have been my outcome. Literally shifting. Using the incantations like Tony Robbins was talking about. Command the universe. Your new favorite mantra is, I am always taken care of. Even when things and shit is hitting the fan. I am always taken care of. People outside my window are probably like, what is going on in that apartment? Say it with conviction. Say it with the knowingness. I'm always taken care of. Beliefs create your reality. Beliefs create your reality. When we say things with such conviction, that's manifestation. Just like you say, I know that she's cheating on me. I know that she's out there with other guys. You're saying it with conviction. You're saying it with everything in you. I feel it in my gut that she's out there doing me dirty. And surely enough, that's what's happening. Instead of, I know that she's planning like this surprise dinner for me. That's why she's being so secretive. Something, whatever. Your conviction, your deepest feeling and emotion is what is manifesting your reality, good or bad. So we're not purposely trying to, obviously, manifest bad things in our life. But when we have that gut feeling, that's you manifesting your own shit. That is you manifesting the reality that you want or that you don't want. So you have a choice. My life is so shitty. My life is so shitty. Your life is shitty because that's what you believe it to be. Now, thinking the opposite of that with conviction. I have the most amazing life and miracles happen to me every single day. Today is going to be the most amazing day. We have the choice. In choosing, I woke up in a shit mood today. I probably had a bad dream that I don't remember yet. And I couldn't sleep again last night. And I was twisted this morning. And I was like, you're going to choose what mood you're going to be in today. And I was like, yeah, I am. Full conversation with myself. And I was like, there's no reason for me to be in a bad mood today. There's no reason for me to have my testicles in a twist if I had them. So I was like, you know what? They're just not going to be twisted. And I put on a video about manifesting money, and I just started to listen to it, and then my mood changed. And it had nothing to do with money or anything like that. It was just I put something on that puts my mind in the right state. My life is amazing. I am so happy and grateful for this amazing life that I have. That's it. That's it. Thank you, Joe. I wrote a few things down, even though I write in shorthand and I can't understand my own. I can't understand my own handwriting. Okay, the incantations, embody it with intensity. Embody it with intensity. Just like you embody something with intensity for the bad. Right? And you don't even realize, like, that's just your that is why your life looks this way, because you feel it so much. That this person is doing something behind my back. This person is doing me dirty. My boss won't do this for me. You feel it with such conviction that it becomes reality. Right? It's like putting cookies into the oven. The oven bakes the cookies with heat and conviction. Bake, 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 bake. It's energy. It's energy going into the dough of the cookie. And then what happens? The cookie bakes and you take it out of the oven and you have cookies. That is the exact same thing with manifestation. It is a force field of energy. It is a force field of energy in the mind and the body that's so strong that it becomes these baked cookies. And then the baked cookie is your reality. When are they going to learn? It's just focused energy. Manifestation is focused energy. If you're focusing your energy on, I'm always sick all the time, oh my God, my back hurts. You're focusing your energy on that so that's all that can come up. That's all that can happen for you over and over again every day. If your focus is, I'm so miserable, I hate my life, why is everything like this? I just had a bad hand of cards in life. That is your focused energy going towards that idea. That idea only becomes your reality every day, and it's like Groundhog Day until you change it. Sometimes people need to hear these things over and over again before their mind will accept it. Exactly. That's why the incantations are so powerful, because it is focused energy. What are you focusing your thoughts on? Change cookie recipe to something more positive. Tim, what do you mean? Wherever your focus goes, energy flows there. Then it's boomeranged out into the world, and then it's boomeranged back to you, and then that's just your reality. So if you are focusing your energy constantly, your mind, your thoughts, on something that's negative all the time, your energy is focused towards that thought, and then out it comes into your world. Right? Joe, tell me about it. That's a whole other story. Okay. A person with absolute certainty always gets what they want. A person with absolute certainty of something always gets what they want. You and someone else could be going towards the same goals. One person is absolutely certain without a doubt, that is mine, I will have that. The other person is, this is going to be so hard. How am I going to do this? I know that the other people have done this, but like, how am I going to do it? It's just there's just so many things that have to happen in order for me to have this. The person that is absolutely certain of something is the person that will have what it is that they're after. Are you certain that you're going to have that person that you want? Or you're like, oh, but, if he, there's so many other women that are prettier than me, and, I don't have a good enough job for him to really love me or her. Are you absolutely certain that a person is head over heels in love with you? Or are you absolutely certain that I never get love, I'm always left, I'm never chosen, I just don't have big enough boobs? Like, are you absolutely certain about the things in your life? Yes or no? What if you feel like your significant, I think SO is significant other. What if you feel like your significant other is just not on board? Not on board with your relationship, or not on board with this way of thinking? Please specify. There's other questions in here somewhere. My dragon says hi. Tell your dragon I said what's up. How would you apply this to pains in the body? With absolute certainty. My body, look at Joe Dispenza. He talks a lot about this. Like, he teaches this a lot. Or you can look at Louise Hay. Louise Hay teaches about, what the hell is it called? Metaphysical pains. Like, why you have pain. So I had elbow pain. I still do, actually. From time to time, I have elbow pain. And I was like, what is the metaphysical reason why I have elbow pain? And it's rigid, like not open to change or something like that. And at that time when my elbows were really bad, like I was very resistant to change. So how we change this is literally how we manifest anything else. I'm so happy and grateful. My body feels amazing today. I am completely healthy. Every single cell in my body works optimally for me every day. Right? That's how you get your body to be working for you in the way that you need it to. Okay. I wish I could really read my own handwriting. So in regards to gratitude, in regards to abundance, hold on, let me just read this real quick. So, and then I was introduced to my husband. He went home and told his mother he met the woman he was going to marry. He also shook hands with my boyfriend of 7 years. When you are absolutely certain about something, there is nothing in this entire universe in here that can stop you from having it out here. This woman's now husband shook hands with her boyfriend of 7 years. That night he went home and said, I'm going to marry this person. Absolutely certain. When you are certain about anything in this reality, it's already yours. What was he doing when he said that? I'm going to marry her. It was already his. With absolute certainty, it was already his. You apply that to anything in your life. 34 years of marriage next month and 4 kids. This guy was certain. He was marrying Amy. He was certain. Right? He was absolutely certain. It's mine. It's already done. You can do this with anything in your life as long as you are certain about it. I tell you this all the time about my car. I manifested this car in less than 24 hours. I said, it's mine. It's already done. My mother said, it's never going to happen. It's going to take a year for you to make that car. You can't get a blue car with red interior. Nobody makes that. They're going to have to custom make this car. I said, bye, hanging up. Absolutely certain. Next day, the car showed up at another dealership. Said it was on its way to my dealership, but I was on the website of another dealership. But it said on its way to Devon, which is where I was buying my car. Certain. Certain. Anything. I'm absolutely certain that I am a multi-millionaire with a successful business in X, Y, and Z. I am absolutely certain that money flows to me endlessly every single day. You see the energy that you put into that? You're like, I know this is happening. I'm excited about it. Get delusional about it. Get delusional about the things that you want and possess them as if you already have them. I already have them. It's already mine. It's already done. It's already done. Successful people do what? I can't read my own handwriting. I don't know what that says. Successful people do what unsuccessful people won't. Okay? I'm just going to put that in my own words. And that is the truth. Are you willing to do this mind work? To have the life that you want? To be as successful as you want? In 30 years when my kids are world changers and people ask them how they're going to say, when I was little, my mom listened to Krystal Tini every Monday and Friday. I love it. We all need a fire under our ass. But Emily's willing to do the work. How many people in here, you're watching, so at least for nothing else, you're very curious that let me see. Yes. Tag him so he knows that I'm live. What the hell was I saying? See, I just get distracted. Oh, I was saying that are you willing to do the mental work that it takes to create change and success? Now, success doesn't have to only do with finances. Success in every area. Success in every area of love, abundance, friendships, anything, right? It is your core belief. Successful people are willing to do whatever it takes to be successful. But one of the biggest components is your mind and changing your mind. Changing your mind. Right? Are you willing to do that work? And I was asking people in here that I know that you're watching. I know that you're at least curious because you're in here watching this. But are you willing to do the work that it takes with your mind to change your state of being? Because I can tell you right now, many people will watch this but won't change a thing. Many people will watch this and they will change because it's like, oh damn, that's all that I have to do? Okay. Mindset is the majority of the battle. It's really the only battle. Once you have that certainty, like Amy's husband, she's going to be my wife. Once you have that kind of certainty, once you have that level of certainty, the rest of the puzzle pieces just come together like magnets. And then all of a sudden you have this beautiful puzzle of the life that you always wanted. It all starts with an idea. It all starts in here. Amy's husband saw her and said, she's mine. Hi there, current boyfriend. Nice to meet you. This is my future wife. There was no question about it. That is manifestation. When you don't question whether or not you're going to get something, you already know it's yours. And so it is. It's already done. I'm so grateful that I have this now. Even though it hasn't showed up in that reality, it showed up in this reality. This reality is the only reality that matters because it manifests what happens what you experience in your three-dimensional reality. So as long as it's happening in here first, it has to happen out there, good or bad. Every success I can conjure, I can't read my own writing. Every success I can conjure in my mind and heart is mine. Every success I can conjure in my heart and mind is mine. What are you conjuring in your heart and mind? Are you conjuring in your heart and mind that I just don't have enough money? I wish I can go with you. I just can't afford it. Oh my God, I'm so broke. Or is that what you're conjuring in your heart and mind? But if you are conjuring success in your heart and mind, then it will be yours. Dr. Joe Dispenza, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, explains this. He says to imagine what we want, then imagine the feelings of having it. Exactly. Think you can't, either way you're right, 100%. Whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. That's the truth. So many wait for signs to make a move. We must create the sign ourselves. I'm glad you made it. We must create the sign ourselves. Because that's the thing, like I said, someone is trying to start a business, they find this perfect real estate, the deal falls through. Someone can take that sign and say, see, I knew it wasn't meant to be. Someone else can take that sign and say, something better is coming right behind this. I'm not even worried about it. Well, that must not have been meant to be for my most successful business because I know that the perfect place exists where I'm going to be the most successful. So if this didn't work out, it's because something better is coming my way. Getting into that type of mindset. Even if most of your life you've had very unfortunate things happen to you, you expect them, that's manifestation. When you expect bad things to happen to you, that's manifestation. When I expect good things to happen to me, that's manifestation. It doesn't matter. What energy are you tapping into? Are you tapping into energy that's saying, I get whatever I want That's an energy field. Or are you saying, see, nothing ever works out for me. I knew it. I knew it was too good to be true. Do we see the difference in the energy? It's still an energy field. If you're tapping into the energy field of, it's just not meant to be for me. I'm just not meant to have a lot of money. My whole family struggled, so I'm going to struggle. That's an energy field. Also an energy field, I get everything that I want and everything works out perfectly for me. Dolores Cannon was talking about this morning, in order to receive, you also have to give. It's difficult for people with a poverty mindset to give away. Because that means that less is there for you. If you have a poverty mindset and you see, a homeless person and you want to give them money, but you're like, oh, I just can't today. It's because you don't believe that you're provided for. You don't believe that when you give that money away that you're going to get it back 1,000-fold. You see that as a subtraction. You see that as a loss. You don't see that as someone else's gain. Right? Giving things away, giving away money. And I remember when I used to think like that. Like, oh, I really want to help them, but I just I need this money. Like, I remember when I felt that way. Right? So when we shift that mindset to, I can give to someone because I know that I'm going to be receiving 10,000 times more than that, it becomes very habitual. And then your subconscious mind begins to trust your decisions more instead of trying to protect you and saying, no, you can't give that away because you need this money for this bill. If you give that money away, then you're not going to have enough money to pay for this. But in order to receive, we have to also give. So now I donate all the time to animal rescues. Like, that's the biggest passion that I like to give to, is give to animals. And it's not even a thought anymore. I'm like, all right, here's 200, here's 500. Just give it away. Because I just have the genuine belief that back there somewhere, I'm always provided for. Even if you don't have the money, like here, I can only, give you this right now, but I really wanted to give something. Or if you went to the store and you bought a sandwich and you saw somebody that was homeless or hungry or something, and you give it away. Or even doing something, volunteering for something. Giving your energy, right? Because it doesn't have to be something physical. Energetically, I can give my time to someone to sit and talk to them, right? And coach them through something. I'm giving my energy to someone. I'm giving something away because I know that I'm going to receive somewhere down the line. Right? It doesn't mean that you become a doormat, you just do everything for free and you don't receive anything in return. That's not the energy exchange we're talking about. We're talking about just being able to give, because then you can also receive. Give so that I can also receive. Never be afraid to give anything away because you trust the universe. My mom always said to give it and it comes back. Casting your bread upon the waters and it comes back to you. Exactly. Love you too, Joe. Have a good day. I used to think that way as a teenager, and of course my family said to not throw your money away. Well, I need to get back to that thinking of abundance. And that's the thing with programming. Don't waste your money on that. You shouldn't do this. We become programmed by those thoughts. And 95% of people's programming is negative. So imagine if 95% of people's programming is negative. What kind of world are we creating with all that negativity? Because it is energy, right? It's energy that goes out. If you think 95% negative, and our thoughts are our reality is a projection of our thoughts. If most people have 95% negative programming, what outcome do you think is going to be in this world? Look around. Look around. That's why it's so important for us to change our frequency and really shift with the earth as it is shifting to a higher vibration. Because I know people are experiencing this as well, that you're literally living in separate realities. Like, people are still alive in a plane of existence. But maybe your plane of existence is somewhere else. because you're really working hard to work on yourself and better yourself. And the people that aren't are still in a reality of yours somewhere, but it's almost like you have to reach down and find where they are. It's like I'm living in the same reality as people that used to be in my life. How do I can see it in my mind the way that I see it. But it's parallel realities. They're very separate. Maybe you are starting to be on the trajectory of like, wow, life is really amazing. And maybe before you were very negative and had this, victim mentality and poverty mindset and didn't believe in love. And maybe you're on this trajectory where you're changing your frequency and things are really starting to happen for you that are great. And then there's people, whether they're in your family or friendships or whatever, you're just like, they're on this trajectory where life sucks and they're always complaining. They want to call you and talk to you about gossip and all the things that don't matter in life. And you're just like, I don't align with this anymore. And so it's parallel realities. You are creating a new reality because there are so many realities happening simultaneously. But you're tapping into a different energy where only good things happen to you and only good things happen to you in your universe. And then someone else's universe, their projection of reality is completely different from yours. So you just don't feel like you align with people anymore. And so you have these parallel realities where you're both living and existing on Earth, but your realities just don't really mesh that well anymore. Okay, I didn't even get into my book stuff because we'll read a little bit. Thanks, Cher, from the Abundance book. This goes back a really long time, back to the times of Jesus, where and when the mindset was really hijacked by people that were supposed to be religious figures, because they didn't want us to understand how powerful we are, because it says it right in here that they were very well aware that we create our own reality. I don't have a cross on. This is a sword. Sword there, sword here. It's not a cross, it's a sword. I don't believe in religion. Where do I want to start from? Okay. Let's see. I knew where I wanted to start from, but now I don't. Okay, let's see. When Emperor Theodosius made Christianity the sole and official religion of the state in 395, the institution assumed complete control over individual minds, and humanity entered the 1,000-year period referred to as the Dark Ages. Look at that. Just even that right there. They're calling this the Dark Ages. After they conquered the minds of humanity, they called it the Dark Ages. In fact, the first 400 years of this period is considered the barren age in Europe, as few advances in literature, science, and education were contributed for the future of the race. What is known today as prosperity consciousness, the realization of God and as the source of all good, was almost non-existent. They wanted to take away your prosperity consciousness, which is what we're talking about now, so that you didn't know your power. So they can control you in any way that you wanted to, because you had no way out of it. You had no knowingness of your way out of this slavery system that they created. The feudal system controlled secular life, and the keys to spiritual enlightenment were held by the church leaders. Let's read that again. The feudal system controlled secular life, and the keys to spiritual enlightenment, they were held by the church leaders. They kept all these secrets from people. The church leaders kept this from people. Too free subjective interpretation of the doctrine or lack of faith in the state religion resulted in extreme penalties. And with the constant struggle between the church and the individual, the mastery techniques dealing with freedom from need and the science of forces and forms were temporarily lost. The Western mind was kept in the dark until the institutional structure began to crack in the 1500s, and the eternal principles of oneness and unity began to resurface. So it's understanding that they hid all of this knowledge from us because of how powerful we truly are. Our DNA was tampered with, and our mind was tampered with. so that we couldn't reach our fullest and highest potential as humans, as co-creators on earth. The book is the Abundance Book. It's very little, but it's very powerful. Where is the part that I wanted to friggin' read? Okay, from the Gospel of Philip, we are reminded of the esoteric practice of transforming vision into manifest form. What you see, you shall become. What you see, you shall become. What you see and hear, you become out here. The Gnostics worshiped the pure spiritual light of the indwelling Christ, and through their knowledge of thought, form, energy, and the principles of manifestation, they were able to cooperate with spirit in the releasing of the creative powers, at least for nearly 300 years following Jesus' time on earth. Why do you think they crucified him? Why? Because he was teaching people how to be leaders. He was teaching people how to create their own miracles. He was teaching people how to rise in consciousness. So if Jesus was teaching people how to rise in consciousness, they had to get rid of him. They had to get rid of him. Because if the Dark Ages followed that, and the Dark Ages followed the taking away of understanding your own consciousness, think about that. They couldn't have no man walking around here teaching people how to perform miracles. They couldn't have no man on earth teaching people how to become enlightened. History is his story. That includes religion. That includes telling the story about Jesus Christ. That includes making up this whole entire thing about the stories that came around the Bible and everything else, because they had to sway it to make us disempowered. I don't know if anybody has seen this, but I've seen that King Charles has the rights to, or the copyright to the Bible or something like that, which is not surprising because the Bible's been rewritten so many times. In AD 180, the Bishop of Lyons attacked independent thinking and all teachings relating to the oneness of God and man. Believing that a spiritual consciousness and a personal union with God would undermine the authority of the priests, he directed his wrath upon Gnosticism, which is knowingness. So he didn't want people to have this inner knowledge or knowingness. So they had to change this. Do you understand? So this goes back thousands of years. And we've carried these principles that were made up by someone in the church that didn't want us to know our true power. And we just carried it with us as if it were true. First, he issued his 5 books against heresies, followed by a list of acceptable writings, choosing only those words which supported his demand for a fixed dogma. The shift in mind direction from within to without had begun, and the innate power of the individual was gradually given to an outer structure and a lower authority. So it goes back thousands of years that they took away the innate power of the individual and they gave it to an outer structure. What were we taught in all religions? That God is out there. God is in the sky. God is in heaven. Pray to God up there. Because if they took God out of here, we would become disempowered. The greatness is out there. God is out there, which means it's not in here. So if that power, that divine source that God is, if we put it out there, they'll never go looking in here. They're always going to be looking everywhere else for God except for inside of themselves. Because if we all knew that God is literally within us, it is in our consciousness, we would know that how powerful we are. I possess the power of God. Thank you. Thank you guys for posting the title. But I want to read that again. This bishop, Iraneous, chose only words which supported his demand for a fixed dogma. The shift in mind direction from within. Wait, there's no sound? See, this is the good part. They don't want you to hear. Can you guys hear me? Because 2 people said there's no sound. Okay, sound is back. Why is my sound being played with? One can only guess. Sorry. The shift in mind direction from within to without. It's going in and out. Ah! Oh, these fuckers. That's how you know it's important what I'm saying. What time is it? Oh. Okay, we can hear. Let me just repeat this one. Tim, I need you in here. I need you in here, Tim. I need your help. The shift in mind direction from within to without had begun, and the innate power of the individual was gradually given to an outer structure. Oh, I pray to God. How many people do that? I already pinned the friggin' book and it's okay, whatever. Oh, I pray to God. We're so brainwashed with everything that we do. Oh, thank God. People do this. Thank God. They look up in the sky. They look up in the sky. Because why? Thousands of years ago, after Jesus left, they had to make sure that there was no trace of this man giving people their power or showing them how powerful they were. So a bishop, Iraneous, had to rewrite everything that was acceptable to show people that their innate power was outside. It wasn't inside. So think about that. This book has a lot of gems in it. We were programmed to believe that God is outside of ourselves, that he's up in the clouds somewhere. Because they know how powerful the Creator is, and if we understood that he was legitimately inside of us. Game over, fam. I think Jesus' message was that we had power. That's what happened while he was crucified. That's what I'm saying. They had to get rid of him. They had to get rid of this being that was so powerful that he taught other people to be powerful too. You know, we have to bow to something outside of ourselves to be good. Last thing that I'll say is, I always show you the map of consciousness. What did Bean Patch Kids say? We have to bow to something outside of ourselves to be good. They program us to be filled with shame. Go confess your sins to the priest. Everything is shame in religion, but it's supposed to be built on love. So they have these conflicting messages with how great Jesus was and all these other things and all of his teachings. But then at the same time, they also teach you to be full of shame. If religion can control people by shame, where is shame? All the way down here. That's where shame is. It's in the survival paradigm, and it's the lowest frequency on earth. So if you have a religion that is teaching you to be shameful because you didn't do the things that they tell you to do, that ain't religion. That is mind control. It's not religion. It's mind control. Religion is mind control, rather. How about that? Oh, no sound again. That's what people will lose out on so much in life, calling Yahweh Jesus, and that's blasphemy. But it's all, I mean, the programming just runs so deep, right? The programming just runs deep with whatever name you want to call this enlightened being or whatever. It's only when I get close. Okay. I think that is good for today. Sun is the sun. S-O-N is the S-U-N. Sorry about the sound. Yeah, I don't... It's crazy. But I love you all. Have the best next few days, and I will see you on Moon Day at 9:30 a.m. See? I love love you all, and I will repost. Sound, no sound. I ain't doing nothing. Have the best day. The best next few days until I see you again on Monday. Adios.